Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. What's up, guys? Give it a couple minutes here. Hopefully we can get some of the family in the house. Awesome. Here we go. Great. Truth Pill, Blake Soul, Supreme Hustler, Jay, D-Banger, Chad, Cecile, Sherry, Sadie, Francis, DeCarla, Allison, Dan, Nicole. What's going on, guys? Let's see. Blake, Why Lie, Linda. You guys can hear me, right? I don't know. Linda, check, see if it's muted. If it's not muted, then you might want to refresh it. Should be able to hear it. What's up, Ben? I'm hoping that enough people see this or saw my message anyway. Mic check, mic check. Jennifer, hello. Yeah. Man, oh man. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get a bunch of the family in here. I got a couple things I want to go over. You guys, that video got up, right? For you guys, telling you guys I was going to do this live stream. What's up? We got Gary, Gene, Oral, Joseph, Melanie. Yeah, it is crazy times. And they thought they were going to attack me. And what's up, Christopher? Sadie. Yeah, they thought they were going to attack me, and it's going to stick. Little do they know that every single video I put up has to go through two reviews, one automatic and one manual. So their little BS move that they did it's not gonna stick, because my video that they attacked was already reviewed by a person to begin with. All right, we got TC, Troy, Papa, Worshipper, Claude. If you have no sound, refresh your browser. Yeah, I actually spoke with Neil Wolf on the phone for the first time today. And he was talking about that as well. I tried giving him some other ideas. Dave and Heather, hello. I hope everybody's doing well. K10 the Beast, what's up? Well, this is the main thing about this. Was going over some different points about earlier. Should we worry for Heather's safety? No, I think Heather's okay. But I will say, unless you hear something from a credible known source that has been giving you information all along, then sorry, I'm rocking in my office chair here. It's giving you information all along that is credible, then do not just listen to it. It seems like there's a lot of these different places the people just popping up, and they're like literally pulling information out of their rear ends. The Allison, yeah, it was supposed to go on Jermaine's But I decided to do a live stream over here to catch up with you guys and also go over a few things. Let's see. Just hoping to let it fill up a little bit and then go into it. Well, okay, let me see some of these comments here. Moto Proprio. Thank you, Melanie. Tony, I'm glad you're in here. What's up? Let's see. Oh man, tell me something good. I'm going to talk about a couple different things. I'm working on a lot of stuff though. Aliens. Should we worry for Heather's safety? No. Sending prayers out for your friends, kid. Yeah, I mean, Jermaine's a good egg. You know what I mean? He's been giving a lot of support, and he's trying to get the right message out. His son, I think it's his son, has like scoliosis or something along those lines, and has some kind of metal rods in his spine or something like that, and something was going on. So he had to bring him to the hospital. So yeah, say some prayers for the little guy. Blessed. Yes. I'm Ben. Oh, hello, Ben. Hi, Tamika. BTC, you think that you're going to come back in here? You can go scratch your ass, dude. After you threaten my fiance, you're lucky. You're lucky I'm leaving it at that. Don't listen to Cindy. That's right. She is a scam. I don't know if you guys saw the video I put up. I finally released that like hour-long video I did. I did it like several weeks ago on Cindy. I released it here. Would I consider switching over to Twitch to stream these sessions? Twitch? No, not really. I have I mean, maybe. I guess I could try, but I don't know. Well, I'll check it out. But I do have. I'm definitely going to be actively working on getting the site up and running. I got to figure out all the pricing and all that. But I'm going to be working on that over time now because of what's going on. But like I said, what happened with that video is not going to stick. My videos have to get 2 reviews as it is every time before they're released. One of them is a manual review. So they've already reviewed all my videos, and that's why if they've made it up, none of them have really come down, is because there's nothing in there for them to say is against policy. What happened was it was a BS move that didn't get checked out yet, and those people that did it are going to actually end up losing their accounts if they, get caught doing that kind of crap too much. So, yeah, I'm handling it. I already filed an appeal, and start tomorrow. I want to have a community-wide, I guess, YouTube banger, I guess you'll say. We're gonna, if everybody in the community can tweet or Instagram them with the video URL that they did that to give some pressure, that will definitely help make it quicker. They usually will act on it much quicker than. It was actually a video that was like a month and a half ago that they did it to me on. Would you consider switching to Twitch? President Phoenix and violence broke out tonight. Okay, I'll check into that. Thank you. Should we stop trying to use the accounts? No, you don't have to stop trying to use the accounts, man. I've been saying all along, it's totally up to you. If you feel comfortable using the accounts, then use the accounts. If you don't, then don't. But one thing I'm going to say, and this is why people are starting to think that I was getting cocky or arrogant. I'm not. I think they're taking me saying that I don't want to hold people's hands to walk them through the beginning, because I noticed I was actually hurting people by doing that, because they're not doing the research. And that's becoming a big problem. I'm seeing way too many people that have absolutely no clue what they're doing, what they're reading, what they're hearing, and that is scaring the ever-loving crap out of me, because that's how people get in a very bad position. So that's why I changed my stance, and I was trying to say, you know, instead of crippling people by oversimplifying it, I want to help people as much as I can with you know, understanding all of the facts and all of the information, and help them find the info that they need. But I don't want to oversimplify it to the point that they're not doing any work and not really truthfully soaking in and understanding everything about these accounts. Thanks, Curtis. Tiff, hello. Francis, distraction tactics going around. Yeah, there's a lot of distraction tactics. Guys, like I said, I think we're filling up a little bit here, so I'm just going to go back over. It's starting to fill up. It's going to take a while before the stream just get back to where we were as far as volume of community that knows this one. That's one way it's going to kind of cripple getting the information live streaming out, which really sucks, because I was working with Randy Bean. I was going to do like a live call with Randy Bean. That was one of the things I was planning on doing this week, was a live call. When he calls me, I was going to go live, and that way you guys could ask him questions. But I could still do it. It's just not, you know, it's going to be harder. I got to try to get, if you can, share that this is where the live streams are going to be, share that around. It's going to take a little while for everybody to catch up on that. But yeah, if you don't hear something specific, like if it's about Heather, and you don't hear something specifically from BZ or Heather's team or Neil, or even myself, because I won't put something out unless I verify it, or Harvey's a good source. Jermaine and Triple are a good source. They verify stuff usually before they put them up. They're really good about that. But some of these other sources are just, they're making up nonsense, and it's leading you guys in circles. Neil was saying about, yeah, I know. I have different views, like I said from the get-go. I don't have the same views as they do on some things. It doesn't mean that I'm right and they're wrong, or they're wrong and I'm right. Just means that, just like anything, people have different views. But fortunately, we're still able to work together, because ultimately we're all trying to get out the right message in the end. And they're not talking about aliens. Neil's not talking about aliens. He's actually talking about, I don't know if you guys have been familiar with like the flat Earth. There's also the hollow Earth ideas. That's what they're talking about. There's some different, they have some different ideas, and you know, their ideas are their beliefs, and some, you know, if you guys believe what they believe, that's perfectly fine. Everybody is entitled to what they believe. The big thing is being able to work together and get the right message out, and not be leading people to negativity, which is what's going on in a lot of other places. Fortunately, I've been able to build a good relationship with Heather's team. I don't, you know, endorse all of their ideas or beliefs, but we can work together for the better of the community, and to make everybody stronger, to band together and fight with the truth. Let's see. Was there a post in Phoenix? I'll take a look at that. Harvey be here? I don't think so. Harvey started a new job. I'm not sure if he's still working right now or what, but he started a new job with one of the viewers that owns a company that lives by him. Hooked him up with a job with his company, which is great, just so that Harvey can get back on his feet. And he's still putting out content, but I don't think he'll be up right now. I can call him and see if he wants to join, though. I'll check. More than likely, he'll be here tomorrow. Actually, I'm not going to bug him tonight, just because it wasn't planned. This is kind of like a last minute thing. But I'll call him tomorrow and see if he wants to join tomorrow. Was there a post on Craigslist? They start talking about aliens. Watch them. Yeah, I mean, that's their own beliefs. Like I said, I have my own beliefs, just as everybody else does. I try not to get into too much of that. I focus more on the facts and what we know to be, factual. Did I speak to April Waters? I have not spoke with her. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she's the one that has a channel, and I think she wanted to interview me, if I'm not mistaken, which I'm more than happy to. There's a couple. I actually have somebody that has a radio show that contacted me. I have a news station that's for an out-of-country news station that wants to. I have quite a few people that want to, and I'm willing to do all of those. Hello, Tamika. Brenda. Had a call from the IRS after I called to verify numbers, something about legal prosecution. Brenda, did you try calling that number back? Because that sounds very much like one of the scams going around. Did they have a heavy accent? I lost my spot. Hold on. So happy to see so many people hopped over. That's awesome. Those of you that haven't subscribed yet, I would do that just because this is where the live streams will be held now for, I don't know, until I get it straightened out. Yeah, it does. It is sad to see kids hurting. Wow. Okay. That's going way back. Yes, it's great. The one Cindy. It's creepy. Yeah, she is creepy. Yeah, BTC was threatening my fiance. I don't know why he thought I was going to talk to him nicely. What's up? I want to be. Great work and the verifications. Yeah, okay. So that's now that's filling up. That's one of the big things I wanted to talk about. I'm seeing, and I'm not gonna call you. I'm not calling you out, Tony, but I want to, especially for you, because I know that you're having some confusion there. And you've been very active with the conference calls, and you've definitely you've been a good part of the community and the family. But there's very many. I know you're not doing that per se. You're just thinking that I was tipping them off. I was not tipping off that bank by what I did. That's craziness to think that. There's been hundreds of thousands of views on everything to do with that bank's methods over the last week. There's been tens of thousands, if not 100,000 transactions processed with that routing number, if not more, in a week. There has been, I don't know, probably hundreds of calls prior to any of my calls. And how do I know this? I know this because I get the emails from people saying, hey, I called and blah, blah, blah. So to think that they didn't know last week what was going on, that's just insanity. That's not, they already knew. Okay. And I don't know if you heard, but in the beginning of that video, the merchant checker was already disabled when I called. I tried, that's what I was doing in the beginning. I was trying to check that merchant checker, and it was already disabled. So when I called, it wasn't getting disabled for me calling. It already had been disabled. Now I will say that before I went and called, I've in the last couple days got a ridiculous amount of emails from people that used that routing number and with reversals, and some of them are in really bad shape because they were being told that those numbers will stick no matter what. And that's part of what my frustration was there. was when you're promising people that something that you don't know to be factual is going to stick. Like I believe in telling people straight up, okay, there may be reversals, there may be this, there may be that. That's not what was being done. And now there's some people that went and spent like a lot more than they can take and a lot more than they can chew. And they're going to be in really bad situations because they went and paid their bills with that routing number and didn't save the money, which, yes, ultimately that person should have saved the money to pay that, or not gone out and jacked it up until they knew for sure it was going to go through. But the problem is they were being told as if it was gospel that this routing number was gonna go through, it was gonna stick, that was the solution, and open and shut, cut and dry, that was it. Well, now there's some people that are hurting and they're in a really bad position, and that's what I did not want to happen. That's one of my main reasons for being as upset as I was, because from the beginning, I've been trying to be here to look after you guys and look out for you guys and protect you guys any way I can. And I kind of failed you in that way, because in the beginning, I was too trustworthy, too trusting, I guess is the word, too trusting in someone I didn't really know. And I shouldn't have done that. I should have been a little bit more reserved. We all want to see the good in people. We want to believe the good in the good in people. I know I do, because we love everybody. And in that regard, I'm going to try to see what I can figure out to come up with for those individuals that are in a bad situation. I know some people are nervous about like legal action and whatnot. If you didn't get anything that was like ridiculously expensive, I don't think you need to worry. I just would recommend not to use that number now, being that, just like I said, and I said that when I promoted that routing number for that whole day with it, I did, that it would take at least a week or two to start seeing the reversals. Now, here's the key with that. I'm really thinking that account, and all of the lesser banks, they're not hitting money in that bank. I'm starting to think, and I actually started, and I'm going to ask you guys if you can, and you feel comfortable doing this. This is something that I started doing today. Is I started going to other banks and other federal credit unions, and then trying to access their merchant services lines. And I started recording each of those calls to see if we can find any other ones that works through, if that same process works with them. Because if so, then that will help validate the theory that I have about what was happening with that automated system. And it's not like we're doing anything like spending money or taking money. We're not doing anything like that. We're checking data. We're checking data, and it's we're not doing anything wrong. So we're checking data and trying to figure this thing out. As you guys, I'm sure, know, there are a ridiculous amount of credit unions and banks in general that it will take a while if it's just, say, me or me and Jermaine. Jermaine was working on it as well earlier. I'm trying to get as many people working on that as possible. And I do think that my theory is correct. I also think that merchant services service that they were using actually is used by some of the same other, like some other banks. That same service is being used there as well. So it's pretty interesting to me, that phone call and all of that. And then on top of it, I'm thinking with those lesser banks that when people are using those routing numbers, the reason why they're going through is because it's linking to the Federal Reserve. It's just bypassing the Federal Reserve itself, or not the Federal Reserve, but it's bypassing those blocks that are being put on the Federal Reserve's routing number by the companies, because we know it's not the routing numbers themselves that are disabled. It's the companies. It's at the company level that those are being blocked. When you go and you look up any of those Federal Reserve routing numbers, they're all still active. They're all still good. It's that the companies were told that they needed to disable those routing numbers for purchases so that people weren't able to use them to pay the bills. So when you're doing that and bypassing the Federal Reserve blocks, they're going through, and then I think when they finally do get reversed or whatever, and I think actually what I'm thinking is exposing more about banking than we even already realized or thought. I think that it's gonna actually, and I think that's why she freaked out so much, is it truthfully is, there's a lot more to all of that than just these accounts. I think it's going to expose some pretty screwed up secrets about the banking than what we realize. In that we know that the banks, they trade other people's money, but even more so, like every time you're making a payment, every time you're doing this, every time you're doing that, what if it's just automatically coming from the Federal Reserve from whatever these accounts? And I think that's kind of the lines I'm getting on. So when the bank itself is seeing that their routing numbers are getting used with a number that's not the proper digits as the bank itself's account number, and then they're realizing what it is, they're going, oh shit, no. And then that's when you're seeing the reversal. And that's why you're getting the code. When you're doing that, that's why you're getting the code account not found or invalid account number, because they're, in a sense, being honest. You don't have an account with them, but you weren't using their account to begin with. You were just bypassing them. You were going through them to the Federal Reserve. So I think that's ultimately what it's going to, I think that's what's happening. And I'm not the only one thinking that now. I've talked to quite a few different people, other creators, and we're working on trying to get to prove that. I want to be able to prove that. Right now it's speculation, but I can't think of, I haven't heard another idea that so far sounds more, more believable, I guess, than that. So I don't know if you guys have any other ideas regarding, if anybody else here has any ideas that they think that is. I'm all ears and definitely open to hearing that. But again, to clarify, because I was getting a lot of like, well, why do you tell them? Why are you telling them? Well, like they didn't know. They knew last week. They knew the first moment somebody used that account. Believe me, they did. And it's it was ultimately going to happen. And I'm pretty sure that what's happening is over on the other side, they're the reversals are kicking in and they're getting caught kind of with their pants down, like, well, we said this was going to be this and this and this. Well, let's blame it on him. It's not my fault. It was going to happen no matter what. That's the bottom line. And I was trying to say that to everybody, but they just weren't listening. I'm a merchant and the Fed numbers blocked right away. Called my provider. They said invalid. Let's see. The BIS, though, I today I didn't get a chance to keep going on that, but tomorrow I'm gonna try to track down on Twitter for the Bank of International Settlements. And I'm gonna try to track down some information, maybe a phone number, if we can find one that's not international, that we don't have to, make extra charges call. And we're gonna start hammering them and making them sweat. So any of you guys got any questions that you want to ask? I do have some more things to go over, but I'll do that. I want to kind of do like a little bit of questioning and then go over a little bit of questioning, go over a little bit. I'll spend a little time with you guys since I really haven't been able to between, you know, Sunday I went down to Jersey. I was visiting some sick family. My uncle's wife has breast cancer. She's been fighting it for like a year and a half. So she wasn't doing all that great. So I went down there to visit and I see you, Glass Sherlock. Edwin, awesome. Did you get your title? Oh, thank you, worshiper. Yeah. BTC, stop coming in because I'm just going to keep blocking you, you freaking tool. Come in on every other username you can. It's just the dollar bill has a signed letter. Yeah, there's CUSIP numbers and letters on the dollar bills, correct? O'Brien, I've been trying to tell you guys the Fed's blocked all. No, they didn't block all, Gene. They did not block all. That's a lie. It's not the Fed. It's not the Fed that's blocking them. It's the merchants that are blocking them. I just used the Fed routing number, what, the other day? I just paid my car insurance off. First I paid a month, and that stuck for what, about a week and a half, 2 weeks now. And then I paid it the rest of the way off, just on the 16th. And no, Gene, you weren't just, Gene Gregory, you weren't just saying that. You were saying some pretty nasty things. I'm done with people. Anybody that's spitting racial slurs, anybody that's, you know, attacking other people, like being vulgar to them or very disrespectful to them, then I'm not dealing with that anymore. We don't need negativity here. It's all about positivity. We're all a family. We got to watch out for each other. We got to have each other's backs, not sit there and beat on each other and knock them down. That's just not right. It's a little different when somebody's trying to get people hurt versus just sharing ideas. And bankers, do you know there's background prior to? Yes, I've looked up on Heather. Like I said, I don't necessarily share the same beliefs and ideas as Heather. I don't know why is this live stream becoming about Heather and Heather's background? Because BTC Stacker wants to expose things that he thinks he has, which in truth and reality he doesn't. BTC Stacker is a racist, disgusting, vile piece of trash. He needs to get lost. Just another troll. That's it. Buy BTC. Make sure you come in with your other couple accounts too, so I can block those too. Thank you. What's up, Kenneth? Yeah, I put slow mode on because otherwise you guys go so quick I can't keep up with you. You got so many good ideas and questions. Thank you, Saul. One lady on this post said her son's company told him to reverse the payments. Where's that? If you could send me a link to that, that would be awesome. The Social Security Administration, yeah. I know Eon 2 has been putting that out. It wasn't only Eon 2 though. Harvey actually has been putting out some of the Social Security routing numbers. I actually am. That's one of the things I'm going to look at tomorrow. is some of those routing numbers. But truthfully, those seem to be okay. But I don't want to, like, I'm not going to keep going into routing numbers and stuff until I actually verify them myself. Need to be careful reading Heather's paperwork, make sure that her strange views. Yeah, no, I checked the factualized trust, and like I said, I haven't. I told everybody, if you're gonna do any paperwork, I'd say that's probably the safest to do. Yeah, that's probably the safest out of all of them. But you don't need to. I tell you, if you really feel inclined to, then do it. If you don't, then don't. But if you do it, I wouldn't go sending it anywhere yet. I'd wait and see what happens with them with court. Edwin, what's the latest? Pack it up for now. One lady, yep. Greetings. Hello, Jackson. Look at the dollar bill. Yeah, I've looked at the dollar bill, the different bills, actually, in much detail. It hasn't closed my loan account. It's still there, and they are still on you about it. Oh, what hasn't? The payment that you made? You have a friend who is cured of breast cancer. Check out. Yeah, I've actually tried. I've tried reaching out and getting her to try some different stuff, but she's, you know how some people are not really too open-minded. Question: I've been following you for a little over a month now. Came across you when I was sent a video from Harvey. Anyway, how long have I been working on this? Well, on this specifically, it's been, I don't know, like a month and a half, almost 2 months. I've been in the truther movement and working on a whole bunch of different things since about 2011. Started making videos in 2012. I didn't put all that much into the videos back then, as I was kind of a little bit shy, believe it or not, camera shy. I was never expecting to have things get as big as they were, because I truthfully do. I get kind of camera shy. That's it. They've set Walmarts to be claimed as FEMA camps, when indeed to lure the hungry in. If you don't accept the chip, you're cuffed and led down a tunnel somewhere. Yeah, the chip stuff sounds about right. Chip, I know the chip is what they're trying. They're trying to push everything on a microchip. That way they can cut it off. That's why I don't really like all those cryptocurrencies and whatnot. People try to say that the Bitcoin and all that is not easily manipulated, but for the government, I mean, anything digital, they can manipulate and they can cut off anytime they want. Just in your prayers. I'm good at gold and silver, I think, is the best. Thank you, Tamika. We need person from the inside. I'll tell you what, I got some, I got Randall's sealed arrest warrant from somebody today. That's actually in a video that I was going to put up right before I started the live stream, but I'm having trouble with the Dropbox trying to get a share link for the Dropbox, because I put those documents in Dropbox, being they're not online. I have Randall's sealed arrest warrant now, and then I also have 2 other documents. It's the it kind of shows how Heather, they approved, I believe they approved Randy's his filing to represent himself, whereas with Heather they denied it. And I'm thinking that the reason why they're doing that, they stated it's because of lack of signature for Heather. And I think that Randy may have signed some stuff, so he put himself in there, unfortunately. Whereas with Heather, she's refused to give them anything. So they're basically, this is a speculation. I haven't confirmed it. I'm hoping to talk with Randy. When I talk to Randy tomorrow, I'll confirm it. I actually have some recording from Randy's from today. I just haven't got them up yet. I had about a half-hour conversation with him this morning. And with Heather, my speculation is being she didn't give them anything, that they're holding that over her head, so she cannot represent herself unless she signs, unless she gives them her signature. You see how deceptive this damn system is and how scummy they are. Thank you, Edwin. First note. Research offshore banks. Yeah, we can look there. What's up, Kenneth? Right, but Gene, you're a merchant. If you're a merchant, then what is the processing company that you're using? Because it may not be the merchant particularly. In some cases, it may be the processing company that they're using. That's what you gotta think about. Casby, hey Mike, I'm really sorry for getting frustrated too. I've done my due diligence. I have a notebook full of notes. I'm trying hard to break this code to so close to freedom. I can taste it. It's driving me. Yeah. Well, don't let it drive you nuts, or frustrate you. You know, positivity. It's gonna happen. We just gotta keep at it, work together, not let the disruptors and people that are trying to spread confusion and disinformation get to us. You know, I know it's hard for me too, believe me, because when part of the problem is like when I see so many people getting led the wrong way and towards potentially dangerous water, it really frustrated the crap out of me, because I don't want anybody to be in any kind of bad situations. Paid your car insurance 2 months in a row. Nice. 10-4, sorry for misunderstanding. Not a problem, brother. Peace, Joseph. What'd you pay for Irlanda? Yeah, there have been people that use the original recipe for court fines, Curtis. People have used it for court fines, DMV fees. They've used it for. But the thing is it has to, like, some courts don't take checks or ACH, others do. So you just got to make sure that they take ACH. No, there's more besides that. Gene, there's a whole bunch of messages that you left that were not about that. That were about other things that were not so nice. It's not the feds blocking it, though, man. I'm telling you. When you look up those routing numbers, they say active and eligible. It's the merchants, the larger merchants that control their own processing, or it's the processors for the smaller ones. Melanie Lynn, we need one another. That's right, we do. We need, you know what? We need everybody to have each other's backs, stand by one another, and support each other. You know, we're all here in this together. No need for all that. One love, standing together. That's it. Real shit. We are all debt slaves. Yes, we are all debt slaves. The email is, here, I'll put it in the chat. Just bear with me though. If you email me and I don't get back to you right away, I have a lot of emails. I'm trying to catch up on them. I also have a lot more documents to put into the Dropbox. That's another thing. I'm getting ripped a new one for putting up the Stop the Pirates blogspot paperwork. Their whole program in the Dropbox. They're mad. I believe information should be free. Check Robin Girl Wonders post about reversal. It's not that I'm saying you're not telling the truth, Gene. I'm just saying I think that you're confused because the Fed is not they're not blocking the routing numbers at that level. I think what they've done is put out correspondence to all of the different merchants and processors to for them to block that. Your work ethic on this and dedication is amazing. Thank you. Went to Kohl's and put my social security number in. Old bank's routing number. It shows verified. I didn't use it. Nice. I used to work at Morgan. Gotcha. If you do not believe it, it will not work. Yeah. Right. It will work. The original recipe, anyway. That's where the accounts are held. Check. I will check that. If you can leave me a link or send me a link, I'll check it. Don't be salty because it's not working for you. Who are you? Who are you talking to, Orlando? Just sucks for me because I'm on the meds and sometimes I don't understand too well. Sorry, Tamika. Say a prayer for you. Let me know what I can do to help. What is theft? No theft. There's no theft. Seems that what we need to do is become a bank merchant. I don't think we really need to do much of anything except keep pounding on their door and waking people up, raising hell. The national, what was it? There was USA Today had a post on. They were putting out a scam story, YouTubers scamming people. I love how they still with the scamming, like really. So yeah, the crickets in the media now. I guess now they're finally catching on there. So I can't wait. I'm gonna get a hold of them next and make them eat those words. Someone else said they did something like that. Check out your part 2 Amazon post. Okay. I think they are money laundering through these refugees and those accounts with the lesser banks. Truthfully, I don't even think there's accounts at the lesser bank. I think it's just bypassing. It's bypassing. It's tunneling through those and hitting the main account. I think that everything that has happened that came out today is exposing a lot more about the banking, the real truth about like banking in general. I think that basically what's happening is whenever you're making your purchases and processes through all that, it's not actually coming from the bank. It's coming straight from the Fed, and then the routing numbers for the banks are used to keep track of how much they're doing and what they're doing. That way they get their money from that. I think it's actually going to expose a hell of a lot more than we ever thought it was. Definitely more than I thought I was doing today. We are on the brink of World War III. He who has the biggest debts and dies wins. World War III is not breaking out tomorrow. So what do you think about calling Social Security office and tell them that you are claiming the trust and will be paying your bills with the Social Security account? Yeah, I mean, you can try it. I was already planning. That's one call I do want to make is to Social Security, but the trust isn't actually with Social Security. So I mean, I don't. I know that there's accounts there. There's accounts at the administration. Then there's also accounts at the Social Security uh, credit union as well, as Harvey had exposed. Um, I think that there's several accounts, or who they could those could still tie back to the Fed, and it could, that's what I'm trying to figure out is if it's all just tying back to that one main big bank. If that's really where it's all going, just tunneling through other places and going to there. That's what I'm thinking. We literally might be on the edge of exposing something massive here and not even realize it. Yeah, I mean it's Randy. It's still, yes, Social Security number is still good. It's just up to you if you feel comfortable to use it or not. I mean, I wouldn't go like crazy. Like some people are going absolutely crazy, and that's just use it for if you're going to use it. I would only use it for what you need, and maybe maybe a little something extra here or there, but not like going absolutely nuts. I have recordings from Capital One Finance proving the money was paid, and then my auto loan almost being paid off. Nice. CFO at the company I work for is very intrigued by the things I told him. He's also the account, so I'm hoping he can lead me. Yeah, let me know, Casby. I have a question. What's up, Anthony? Sorry, Robin, didn't see that. Send you a copy of the 3 filings from Heather. I can't open them for trial. Yeah, I don't understand why you're having a problem with that. I didn't do it on the Scribe site. Like when I went to removing the shackles website, they were just open like for view. I put them on the Dropbox. So if you have a link to the go to one of the Dropbox links for the folder and see if you can access it. I titled it Heather and Randy court docs. I actually no, I didn't add the UCC filings to that yet. I'll do that after I end this. So check tomorrow and see. I'll put it under that court docs. Listen, what he's saying. I don't trust Bitcoin, but it's good to diversify. Yeah, no, I get that. I personally I'm not one of those people that's gonna go out and buy a whole ton of the cryptocurrencies or any of that. I mean, if anything, I'd rather have gold and silver, something physical that I know can't just be deleted, or or one keystroke. Because I'll tell you guys too, I definitely have been hacked. Like I know it's like I just proved it to myself without a shadow of a doubt. I've been hacked, and on the Dropbox no less. That's how I was able to prove it. I went on there earlier to start moving those court docs that I had sent to me. And then I went and I looked at the, I was just kind of messing around because I was trying to figure out how to get the links, because you have to initiate to get links for the documents, which I had no problem doing with the other folders that I had up there for you guys, but it wasn't letting me do that for the court docs for some reason. So I was going through there and I had clicked on, what was it? It was like some kind of, what the heck was it called? Hold on, let me look. I'll look at it right now. It'll tell me. It was under activity, and here's the crazy thing. So it showed me logging in to upload that stuff getting moved around. I opened a couple folders, and then like an hour later, when I wasn't even on the computer, I was actually spending time with my fiance. It said the Mike O'Brien access changed to admin access changed to Mozilla Firefox, which I don't use. So somebody has hacked my stuff. I'm gonna have to bring this into have my computer checked out, and I'm gonna have to go back in my router now and make sure nobody's in there, and get that all cleared up. So, you know, there's no end to what they do, but I'm not letting it bother me. Screw them. The bankers on here on this life chat, they can tell how they can become a bank merchant. Well, glad you're no longer camera shy. Hello. Thanks. You, along with Harvey and a few others, definitely are on the right path. Thank you, brother. Sure, he's not seeing it. Seeing what? Yeah, you got to send me a link. Just, you can either email it to me or, you know, don't mean to be annoying, but email, please. I put it up. Brian Stripling, weed is a currency. Mike, I paid my Xfinity with Social Security account. Routing number on the 14th still hasn't returned. Nice. Yeah, that is one that I'm going to look up. That one I actually am more apt to trust, especially being that Harvey had been, you know, onto that. Curtis, Mike, I'd like to know if anyone has successfully used original recipe to pay court fines. Yeah, I said they did. But people have paid all kinds of stuff, man. If you think of it, they've done it. Yes, he does, but I wouldn't. But if I did, not sure what that means. That's good suggestion, Hustle. I wish I could use the accounts to buy some weed. Good question. The original method is still working. Yes, it is. Hey, Night Train. Everyone using routing numbers and paying bill. They have their trust and power, paperwork in order. No, I mean, you don't have to have any paperwork to do it. I mean, you can do the factualized trust document if you want, but I wouldn't send it out or anything yet. What's up with those people talking about aliens? I don't know. That way I look at it is everybody's entitled to their own beliefs and ideas. I'm not going to judge anybody based off of their beliefs. Whether or not I believe in what they believe in doesn't mean that I can't work with them and collaborate with them for the benefit of the community, uniting. You know, they're putting out good information, and they're not leading people to get themselves in a world of shit. So invest in metals, yes. Hi, Mike. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. What city is Heather in? She's in Georgia. I don't know the city's name off the top of my head right now, but she's in Georgia. Works for me, still paying my car insurance. He needs to listen to the information so he can speak intelligent about the process. He gave specifics. I don't know what you're talking about, Andrew. Give me the info, and I will set it up. Google UCC filing numbers. Yeah, they're on the IUV website also. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. They're on the IUV website as well. Yep. The reason why I pulled them up on the site that I did was because it wasn't directly linked to IUV. That way people would see it from a source outside of IUV, because sometimes that will, it does. It makes people feel a little more comfortable that they're not just getting documents that IUV wants out. I try to look for different sources versus just going to one source. I like to go to many. That way I know I'm truthfully getting the correct. Would all merchant verification interconnect so merchants all over can verify account? Just a thought. Need to do some homework. Yeah, there's a lot of things on my calendar to work on. I'm trying to get them all done. Can I get your email? I sent it out, brother. Stop the chaos now 07.tips@gmail.com. what other sites besides Amazon use ACH? PayPal, but I wouldn't use them. I wish I could use these accounts to buy an AC. These South Florida nights are hot. Yeah, they definitely are, I'm sure, because it's hot in New York right now. So I can only imagine what Florida's like. Mike, somebody said that because Heather's name was on the paperwork as a trustee. No, that's not true. I know I'm seeing that because her name is on the paperwork as a trustee, that it means that we need her permission to access the accounts. What those UCC filings did was they ended the slavery system. They ended the BIS, the Federal Reserve, et cetera, et cetera. Problem is that they're not honoring them and that people don't know about them. And they specifically, if you read Word, that the financial, the trust is to be given to the people freely. There's three different filings. You got to read through them all. Each one does something different, but they are all doing the same thing essentially. Each one has a different purpose, but ultimately they do the same thing, if that makes sense. No, it does not mean that you need her. I know people are thinking that. That's not the case. Anna von Reitz also did UCC filings for everyone as well. I'll track those down tomorrow. It's one of the things I wanted to do and put those up as well. Create a certificate of value, then get a medallion stamp on it and make it a negotiable instrument so that they can trade it and give them a 10% fee for cashing it. That's one way. Now, I will say, and this has nothing to do with the trust accounts. I'm gonna tell you guys, it does not have anything to do with the trust accounts. There is something that I'm trying to find out how credible this is. This is not something being talked about. Okay, this is totally going to be original. It's coming from a source, a friend that I've been friends with from when I started covering all this, to potentially get you guys some holdover cash, but you can't go crazy and you have to be very, 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 very careful with this, because if you screw up at all, you could definitely get yourself in some shit. And I'm not going to go and explain that, what it is or how it is or any of it, until I have the exact way of doing it, and I've clarified it to make sure it works and safe. If this goes through okay, which this friend of mine, he's pretty adamant that it will, then it is a way of generating funds. It takes about 5 days for the funds for the maturing of this. I'll let you guys know about this shortly. I'll give you a brief overview of what it is in the next day or so. But I'm not going to give the specifics of how to do it until I've got them 100%, because he did say if you screw up even a little bit, you'll screw yourself, so you'll never be able to access it again. And you can also get yourself in some serious trouble. So I've even debated whether or not it's a smart idea to even share this, because unfortunately, as I'm seeing, there are still a lot of people out there that I'm kind of afraid of them having this information, because they may get themselves in some shit. But I'm going to work on getting that out once I have all of the details. I could pay my court fines and other debts, I'd be all over it. But my issue is trying to find the right routing number since it's been changed. What is your assigned letter? I don't think the routing number has been changed. You should YouTube Walmart videos. Yeah, I've seen them. I watched all the Walmart videos as they were coming out. And I do sleep. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Andrea, but I mean, I'm kind of afraid to, truthfully. I don't want anybody getting any shit. But I am going to share it. I just need to make sure I have all the details. I don't want to share it without giving all the details because of the fact that if it gets screwed up, it'll screw you guys out of it. So, yeah, banner. Hey, at your dash, make sure you go over and tell Bleeding Edge Digital to stop labeling, trying to label me a sovereign citizen. I'm not a sovereign citizen. And I'll actually have his ass arrested for defamation of character and what he's doing. I strongly recommend that he stops doing that. He's not going to label me a sovereign citizen when I've very clearly said I'm not a sovereign citizen. He's putting me and everybody else in jeopardy thinking he's being a smartass. They're not sovereign citizens. Yeah, there is people hacking me, dude. Hey, Sherry. Glad to see you. The petitions are doing well. Lost my spot. Wow. Yeah, I just did. Subphonic. He better stop. I haven't even watched his latest videos. Honestly, I just had somebody telling me, and they sent me a title, and I saw he's trying to say I'm a sovereign citizen. He might want to. He already learned the hard way. He's got a copyright strike, and the next strike he's going to get is a guideline strike if he's going to keep trying to say I'm a sovereign citizen when I'm not. It's defamation of character. Don't appreciate that. See details about this transaction payment. My point is, I have not been this excited in a while. Yes, there are, Mike. It's crazy. Been using the Chicago Federal Reserve Bank today for some bills. Yeah, and it's working, right? Social Security number is actually EIN. Yep. I am living proof that these accounts are real and have worked. I didn't just take your word for it. I put it to the test. And that's what everybody should be doing. Verifying all the information themselves and testing it all out. We're right back on track. That's right, we are. You know, it was great. Even though I woke up to that BS with the live streaming and all that, I woke up and I felt so refreshed today. Just like it was just, I don't know, some very refreshing soul or whatever. I don't even know how to explain it. Just felt good today. Somebody said that because Heather's name was on the paperwork. No, we're good. Using the lesser banks method to pay your bills. That's a personal decision. I personally recommend against it, though. If you want to see theft, find an honest person in a bank to tell you the truth about how you would take out a home loan from them. I mean, the whole process. Yeah. Just paid your car bill with social. Nice. What city is Heather in Georgia? I'm not sure the exact city off the top of my head. That was me, but Mike explained it to me better. No, our paperwork says for all embodiments of original essence. Yeah, it gives everything to everybody. It's not holding anything. No access, only the holders. No, that's not true, Gene. That's not true. It was given to everybody. Just read it. An important update just discovered 5 minutes ago. All right, shoot, K10. No scam. That's what I want to hear from people who's afraid of change. Xavier, how are the petitions coming? They're doing pretty good. I haven't checked them like the last couple days, but last I knew they were doing very well. Gold and silver, that's what it is. Hey Chris is the original Chicago number or has it changed? No, I'm not the only. There's a lot of different people putting out really good information. I'm just a guy, just trying to get out information. Not just the part where you pay them back plus interest. Yeah. Yeah. All the Fed routing numbers should be working. Trying to wake up your prepper community. That's awesome, Sherry. Yes, Sergi, they are. You need no man's permission to access your value. You demand it. That's it. What live video? It's still going. I want property as an asset. Pay for it outright. I get gold and silver. There's lots of ways to get gold and silver. That's right, Christopher. Don't give up. The only way that their only way of combating it is reversing the reversals. That's the only way they can combat it. You should count on credit cards and then monitor once debt zeroes out. Well, you got to be careful with that reality though, because if you do that, and what reality is saying is use the account on credit cards, then monitor once debt zeroes out. Use the card immediately on predetermined products. But here's the problem with that is if it doesn't stay zeroed and it reverses, then you're gonna essentially double or however much is gonna be added on top of what you already owed. So unless it's stuck for a while, you might want to be careful doing that, because then you may end up going over your limit, have extra fees, more interest, et cetera, et cetera. I want you guys to be careful, not getting yourself in a bad situation. Amazon is being shady. Right. Well, that's either telechecks or something is wrong with the routing bill. Telechecks will do that though. It'll kick your order right out. It'll cancel it. If it's doing like a couple minutes after you make the order, it's probably telechecks. Waking up family. Yeah, that's it. Jedi is the hardest thing. Yeah, I am still working at that's trying to get a couple guys together to work on that wake up program. You sent me emails. I have a whole bunch of emails. I'm trying to get through them. I've been going through them on and off throughout the day. Come submit a notarized debt validation letter. 2 cards. Just request in writing for a forensic audit. Get on their ass. Get them to admit it. Record it that they received the money, and then play it back to them. I have a Mack truck for sale. Good oil field truck, geared out for hauling. You're a banker? Nice. What kind of banker? Dropbox uses encrypted connections. Yeah, well, I don't use Mozilla Firefox, so I don't know how that happened when I wasn't even around. So either somebody got in my computer and is accessing my computer remotely, or they got something. Because it definitely wasn't me. I have an important update. Go ahead, shoot it. You got your update? Go ahead, K10. Who's a hater? Duncombe. Okay, on the 3. The same happened to me. Call them, reordered shipment pending. Then I email them now. I have email that says shipment will be delayed. They are returning my shopping fees, LOL. Nice. A birth certificate really a bond? Yeah, it is. And actually, there's a process to redeeming that, but I'm not personally all that comfortable with it. That is one thing I was going to cover. That's one of the videos I still have to get done. There are several different bonds that we have, but that is ultimately going to be a video. You just have to be careful the words we use. It's all being censored, yeah. But I'm also not going to sit there and back down and let them control me. I'm going to be. All they did is light a fire in me. I'm going to be going nuts on YouTube. You need a banner run across the bottom of the screen. Yeah. 11K paid on your credit report and now it's cleared. Nice. Stick to the original recipe. That's how I feel. I mean, why not just keep banging on the door of people that actually have it? Bang on their walls. They sleep on the information like you're batshit crazy. My video stream stopped. Are you censoring me? Refresh it then. 651. Any luck on DirecTV? Some people have said that they have had luck with DirecTV. I think from what somebody was saying the other day that DirecTV they do it FedWire. Or it's a wire transaction. It's not an ACH. Nothing but reversals for you. Don't give up. What's up, Trebo? Jedi, the force is strong with you. That it is. What's up, Coach? Yeah, I'm not either, Brian. I have an important update about original method. All right, go ahead. Say whatever your update is, brother. I mean, 9 out of 10 times, Mike usually puts info and links in the description. Yeah, as far as the description, all I have in there right now is just I haven't done that yet because I got to get things sorted out on this channel. Whatever, fuck you. All right, David, you're obviously a troll. You've been saying some weird crap. I think you're a bot troll too. Most of the stuff you're saying isn't even on point. Doesn't make any sense. K10, what about original recipe? Anyone blocked from using ACH on their online bill payment for regular bills, phones, electric, insurance? Yeah. If so many of them come back, then they'll tell you that you can't do it. A lot of them will tell you can't use electronic payments for a certain amount of time. Yeah, Sergi, yeah, we are. Okay, that's not true. I'm gonna wake up people. I'm gonna use them. I mean, people have had them stick. I've had some stick. A lot of people have had them stick. They also have insurance guys. It's like Harvey said on his video, when I see it, I'll believe it. You want something now, Gene? Hey, David. Yeah, David's I think he was a bot troll. Another douchebag trolling, yep. Just try to add all 12 of the Federal Reserve routing numbers to make an ACH payment on a credit card bill. All 12 numbers. What credit card? The credit card is what's blocking it, the company. Here, you know what? Just to show you guys. Oh, okay. We're gonna have to look at this one together, guys. Ready to see something funny? These douchebags never learn, huh? We got a new one. KZZM, News 13, on your side. Apparently they're not. Here's some sorry news this summer. There's no secret cash stash out there to pay your utility bills or your old outstanding debts with the state. Consumers are getting swept into some scams around the country that promise a way to use special bank routing numbers supposedly from the U.S. government to cover their bills. In some cases, they're watching YouTube videos published by Money Boy Films called I Paid My Bills Using My Social Security Number. Another is titled Believe You Can Pay Your Bills with Your Social Security Number. On website notes, pay your bills now with your no longer secret Social Security trust account. Ron Leaks, spokesperson for the Michigan Department of Treasury, said state collections department spotted a pattern of payments in the past month that seemed strange. By re-examining the account numbers being used to pay bills, staff members noticed the individual has been trying to pay old state debts using routing numbers from two U.S. Department of Treasury bureaus, the Fiscal Management Service and the Bureau of Public Debt. Individuals are using these Federal Reserve routing numbers with their Social Security number as a checking account number and listing the bank as either FMS or the BPD. The state Treasury Department said. Funny how they're not mentioning the Federal Reserve, though, huh? Oh, okay, they get to it down there, maybe? Leak said the strategy seems to be one promoted by tax protest groups and others. Groups reportedly are holding seminars throughout the U.S. to fraudulently teach consumers how to use these tricks to resolve their outstanding government debts. It just won't work, Leak said. It's not a valid method of payment for any outstanding debt. A similar type of alert went out by Alabama Power this summer. Ike Piggott, the communications specialist for Alabama Power, said more than 140 Alabama Power customers since early July have followed the unusual payment advice on websites and videos that promise to pay your bills somehow via a Bureau of Public Debt. People are being told that your Social Security number is all that you need to unlock payment from a corporate account that was established by the government in your name. Since mid-July, DTE Energy has seen 1,000 payments that have been returned as well of customers attempting to use Federal Reserve routing numbers. The payments initially came back to us as a return payment, which is similar to a non-sufficient funds. Bullshit. They're not even giving the right reason why they were coming back. said Joel M. Wilmot. I guess I know who I'm calling tomorrow. Manager of Corporate Communications for DTE Energy. He said, test that the utility discovered the reason for the return payments. DTE implemented a safeguard with its payment processing partners that results in a real-time payment rejection when the customer tries to submit a payment using the Federal Reserve routing number. See, guys, now that's what I'm talking about. It's the merchants that are doing this. DTE also contacted its internal security group and its financial institution to make them aware of possible fraud issues. Any customer who tries to use this routing number will receive a rejected payment notification and is still expected to submit payment with a legitimate payment method. Not paying the bill can result in shut-off notification followed by termination of service. The idea that anyone might fall for this could sound laughable if some people weren't naturally hopeful to find an easy way out of their troubles. Any video, text, email, call, flyer, or website that describes how to pay your bills using a Federal Reserve routing number or using an account at the Federal Reserve Bank is a scam. Bullshit. Notice how small their section was on the Federal Reserve compared to the Bureau of Public Debt and et cetera, et cetera. That's because they didn't want people to start looking into that. And also, you notice how they don't give out the – I'm not even going to go into that right now, but – there's a reason. They specifically word these to give them the least amount of credibility as possible, and that is why they don't put on they don't put enough on the Federal Reserve on this. They just put it on the Bureau of Public Debt, because if people figured out where the accounts are actually held, which is the Federal Reserve, let's see here. Any video, email, call, phone call, blah blah blah. The Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta issued an alert this summer stating the Fed has received a number of unauthorized transactions in which customers have tried to use the Fed's routing number and Social Security number to pay their bills. Fed's routing numbers are used to sort and process payments between banks. If you try to use Fed routing number, you will find that you find online to pay a bill. It might look like it approved initially in some cases, but ultimately the utility, state treasury, or other entity is going to reject the payment. It's going to be returned unpaid. And you could be subject to late fees or other penalties. Consumer Energy said that it hasn't seen its customers attempting to use Federal Reserve routing numbers to resolve outstanding bills. Really? But Consumer Energy is aware of another scam. Callers can pretend to be consumers from Consumers Energy and demand immediate payment using a gift card or prepaid debit card. We're aware of over 1,300 reports of such scam attempts this year, with customers paying out over $45,000 to scammers. You notice how they sit there and they group this in with actual scams to make it look like that's what's really going on. This is such crap. Do they have a comment section? Please tell me they do. Of course not. Oh, they do. Hey, guys. If you can see, this is WZZM13. Everybody go on there and leave a whole bunch of comments for these assholes. And we're going to be calling and hitting them tomorrow. That is one of another. I'm going to have to go through a whole bunch of them, I guess. That is just absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe that these assholes think people are going to buy that shit. It's funny how they make the Federal Reserve section like a quarter of what the Bureau of Public Debt was. That's because they don't want people looking into it. And obviously Money Boy is being targeted. And who was the other guy? I paid my bills using my Social Security number. Believe you can pay your bills with your Social Security number. I'm going to have to look up some of those. Money Boy Films is actually, he's obviously getting attacked, so I don't know. I don't know if you guys are familiar with his video, but That wasn't what I was actually looking for, but just so I happened to find. Actually, hold on. I want to bookmark that.
Fall is for foodies.
What the hell is that?
And for frightful fun. Fall is for fireworks. And for fantastic new lands. This fall, enjoy it all, only at Walt.
All right, sorry. No, I wanted to show you guys. It's the merchants, though. That's we got another one here. That's July 14th. Consumerist.com. We got a whole bunch of these assholes popping up. So there you go. Federal Reserve Bank. Oh, that must be something that they did here. You see that? That used to say active. Fedwire is still eligible, but what they must have put something in there to notify. This never used to say this. They must have put something in there to notify the vendors or something. That's probably what's going on. Let's see if the other ones do it. Yeah, I don't remember that doing that before. I don't think it used to do that. Still working. But it's probably got some kind of an update. So if any of those merchants have changed their systems, like we were just discussing, if those merchants were changed their systems to block the Federal Reserve routing number, then that's probably some kind of an update to do that. So let me get down to the bottom here. See what you guys are saying. Let's see. It's not a scam. It's not a scam. It's not a fraud. If you read it, they specifically they didn't say anything about it being legal consequences or nothing. Whereas when you go to the the lesser banks, they do. Yeah, they use the word scams and then they group us with a scam. It's all a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to be ripping them apart. Hi, Linus. What was that? All this instant reversals or instant working. Sanchez is looking for a man. Tournament is trying to make this look like a scam in reality. Yeah, they're the scammers. But that's all we got to do is just keep waking people up. Wake people up. Wake people up. Build a movement. Make as much noise as we can. And trust me, we're going to. That way we can get rid of the Fed. I think one of the best ways to get at him is just like that caller that called a couple times. He said he used to work for the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements. He said that's probably the best way to really get their attention is to start calling out the Bank of International Settlements and get as many people on them as possible. Yeah, I know, Cosmic. Lioness, I've tried so many different natural remedies. It's not so much the lime itself that screws me up anymore. It's the damage from the lime. I'm 30 and I've got moderate osteoarthritis. I need surgery in both of my shoulders from the damage. I've got really bad joint problems because I had it for a long time without knowing I had it. Every once in a while it'll kick back up and it'll, I'll get sick or whatever, but for the most part I deal pretty well. I take colloidal silver. I actually have some lime support spray. It's got a whole bunch of good stuff in it. I do a bunch of different things to try to stay ahead of it. Right. What I'm thinking about doing is I'm gonna like make a collage. If anybody's really good with editing stuff, do me a favor, get all of those different fake news stories, collage them all together about the scam stuff, and let's make something funny, and then we'll start sending it out to all of them. And I don't know if you guys all watched the video that I did with the Randall Bean interview. I actually have another one that from today I have to edit and upload. This one was a little bit more, on a personal level, just talking him and I. And then he went a little more in depth on what happened to him in South Carolina. But from that last the first Randall Bean interview, I'm hoping you guys saw, because I guess from what I understand, that individual that's been misleading people is now telling people it's okay to put 22 on your social security number, which is what Cindy K. Courier was pushing. Or to change your social security number around, and you don't want to do that because that's what they're saying Randall did, and that's one of the reasons why they're saying that they charged him with wire fraud. He did not change his social, and he said it was okay for me to get that information out to you guys. You don't want to be changing your social in any way, shape, or form. Oh, if you look it up in the real dictionary, it's yeah, not that, but that was a huge dab. Wow. No, you're not, Multi. Just, whatever the closest, if I was you, whatever the closest location of a reserve is what I personally would use. We got trolls in here or something? No, Chuck. Do not use the number on the back of your card as your account number. No, that's wrong. You don't want to change your social. That's why that's what they're saying is their reasoning for arresting him. And it's made up. Oh my God. No. Do not use that number on the back. That's not the account number. Not until that's been verified. Don't start putting that out there, dude, because I'm telling you, that is what they said he did, because he used his number exact. Now, if they had to change that to he changed a digit on his number, then that explains to you that using the number exact is not against the law. Yep, that's true, and they did. Those idiot journalists just slapped their name on the story. It's okay though, because I'm going to publicly disgrace their journalist names for not following up and really doing the research on their story. I'm going to be getting a hold of all of them tomorrow. I'm going to try to track down their numbers. I'm going to call them. The BIS is the Bank of International Settlements. Multi-haystack, your card is likely old. You call Telecheck if it's Telecheck, Paul. I have a video out on that. It's Amazon and Telecheck. Well, to a degree, Lioness, it's not just that though. I have like severe joint damage. Put it this way, my shoulders pop out of their sockets because there's nothing there to hold them in. We're getting reversals because they're not using the bank where your money is held. Yeah, use the bank where it's held, but you don't use that number in the back. I'm telling you, please don't. That's one of the things that they're saying that's the way that they're saying that Randy is. They manufactured that so that they could hold them. So what does that tell you guys? Yeah, guys, call out the trolls. Let me know. Who are they? Is this honest Packy guy a troll? I'll say charge them with human trafficking. Here, I'll put the camera back on. I'll actually be ending this here shortly because I think Randy will be calling me in the morning. I gotta still do a couple things before I go to bed. Let's see, not stop broadcast. I want to go back to you guys being able to see me. There we go. All right. Use your own info. Yep. He's buffering no matter what you do. I can go to lower latency next time. Where's Stacy when you hear? But we all know that they throttle it. They throttle it when you're on stuff that they don't want you to see. Yeah, I know. I got to actually get Stacy set up as a mod on here. I got to get a couple other mods too to help out. Pizza is real. Spring water and baking soda will cure you. Kill the troll. Who? Yeah. Okay. Jay, I got you. Randy is never told how he got millions out. He didn't use a FedWire transfer. Well, no, he did wire it. They flat out say that. But he can't really go into too much details there because you got to remember they're recording his calls. Who else is a troll? I've been trying to tell him for 6 days now. Dude, Gene, it's not the Fed themselves are not blocking it. They told the merchants and the processors to do that. I mean, you can keep repeating that, but the routing numbers are eligible, okay? They're working. I use them myself. You can post some of their names. He's gone, don't worry. It's not. Yeah, it's not. It's not the reserve itself. That update though, that wasn't there before. Where it says this is a Federal Reserve System. I think what they did is they had a coordinated effort, Gene. All right, they had a coordinated effort between the Federal Reserve and the processing agents and the merchants, the bigger merchants that do their own processing. They probably sent out correspondence, and then those merchants updated their systems or whatever to, if that's got that code, to automatically decline it or not allow it to go through. To all the trolls, please shut up and stop spreading bullshit. I, like many others, don't have time for stupid, immature shit like this. Yeah, Gene, I'm trying to just explain to you, man. I'm not, because I think that you're thinking that it's just the Fed. It's not the Fed because the routing numbers are still working. It's certain merchants that have and third-party processes that have complied. Yeah, it is outstanding, Chuck. Yeah, Retro, I'd fight back. Because if we all know that once the payment's processed, they can't get it back. Wouldn't this info be relevant to know? I can't understand that, Brian. The number on the back of your private bank account with the Feds. No, it's dude. We tried that in the very beginning. The number on the back, because that went around then too. But I'm telling you, based off of what with Randall's court stuff, he used the exact social. With him using the exact social and them lying, saying that he changed one digit, that tells you if you use your exact social, that is within the law. So if you're changing that number, then you're putting yourself in jeopardy. Yeah, definitely, Gene. Look around, and I'm willing to look around and help you out. I think that if you can get me the contact info for your third party processing agent, and I'll try to see what I can find out from him. Get the feeling that the bankers are going to be in a world of hurt once this. Yeah, it's already getting there. We just gotta we gotta really try to brainstorm some really good ideas of how to get this spreading faster. Horses left the barn too soon. Track and field runners out there starting block too soon. All things will be revealed soon. Yeah, it is a process. Yeah, I also saw something you posted, Cosmic Linus, about the four horsewomen. I assume you're talking about some of the stuff that I put out recently. Nice try, Packy. Is there anything different if you were born on a military base? There shouldn't be. How do you determine the main routing number if you use your referral? You just try. I just tried whatever one, and until I got one that worked. King Brown. I'm not positive if I had already read your email. I've got a lot of emails. I'm going through them. I'm trying to work on them. Yeah, I already booted him. I blocked him. He shouldn't still be in here. Yeah, it's a QSIP number on the back, but you don't want to use that as your account number. That should say, hi, JOL. All right. How the hell is he still posting in here when I booted him? Sweet dreams visual, what you want right now, and be ready. Okay, have a great night. Much love, Lioness. Thank you. This is why you're confused who we listen to. Man, I've been telling the same thing like the whole time. And I know there's been a lot of people that just pop up out of the woodwork and then they start spreading around a bunch of nonsense and confusing people. But you know, and then I've had a lot of people contacting me and they're like, "Well, can you fix this? Can you fix this now?" And it's like, I'll try to figure out whatever the hell I can do, but if anything happens as a result, I mean, I don't know. I'm only, I'm just a man. I'm not I'll do everything I can to help whoever I can, but just you guys gotta trust your gut instincts, and if something doesn't feel right, trust your gut. Try to talk to an agent at Telecheck. Mike just got here. This is going to be posted up so I can watch everything tomorrow. Yeah. I'm actually gonna what I'll do is I'll move it from here to the other channel. But anybody who found this and now subscribe here because this is where the live streams are going to have to be held for now. Yeah, I've got osteoarthritis from the Lyme. I have moderate osteoarthritis, and I'm 30. Imagine that. Yeah. And then I also have I had surgery in both my shoulders because there's a tendon that goes around your shoulder that keeps your shoulders in, and I have like lost range of motion and everything because those tendons are torn, and it's just from all the wear and tear on my shoulders from the Lyme, and then actually pop out. And it's pretty painful. Learn to kind of like shut it out though. Shut up these trolls and be on sick. Yeah, exactly. I'm actually gonna start doing a troll and shill like game show type thing where we I guess roast them. Working perfectly on my Note 5. Awesome. What happened to the rat of the day? It's coming back. I just honestly, I've been so crazy with everything. I haven't had time. I should have, I should have made the rat of the day. I should have made the rat of the day with that video I did recently. Yeah. The rat of the day will be back. I'm going to have to get back on. But I need you guys to give me a rat of the day too. It's I need you guys to help me find a rat of the day. I want to do like a rat of the day and a snake of the day. Night Mike checking in a few hours. Awesome. Be handy. Yeah, I'll work on doing something like that. Stop night bits. Yeah, I got one canceled too, Adam. Right. That's what I'm saying. It's the processing agents. I assume that your processing for your ACH payments are going through some kind of a bank processing company, correct? Good night to you as well. Pretty much, Brian. One way or another, we will get access to these accounts. That's right. Me too, Adam, and I laughed. Night Jackson. Anything I can do about it? Next purchase will be a shit ton of MREs. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, man. Definitely, there's actually some pretty good deals out there. You can get like a pallet. Like I got a pallet of them. I got that actually a couple years back. You get a pallet of. And they're pretty good tasting. I've had them like just when we got camping or whatever. All you got to do is add water. You can also store bottled water too. Grandfather's 94. Grandmother's 94. She had terrible arthritis. Takes 1 tab cert gelatin in a glass of grape juice. Glucosamine. Yeah, I take glucosamine chondroitin as well. Yeah. Thank you. That article is also on USA Today. Yeah, I know. I saw it. That's another one I gotta go and hit. Keep up the good work. Thanks, brother. What's up, Edward? Do a workaround. A workaround for what, Edward? Mike, anyway, stay strong. Arm them to accept original routing number. Yeah. Oh, no problem. Now I'm repeating myself because I'm not sure where you're at on the list. How do I deal with the telecheck situation on Amazon? Yeah, I actually have a video on the main channel of how to do that. Here, I'll hold on. Let's see. I got it reinstated. It was the video, the Amazon video that they had tried to, they locked it private for tags. And then I had an appeal and it got reinstated. Just like this next one is. They've been doing that to me. I just get it. They're wasting their time, though. They don't understand they're wasting their time because every single video I do already gets a second manual review in person before it even goes up. So all they're doing is wasting their time. It wouldn't be up in the first place if it wasn't first approved by a YouTube employee. Let me see, where's that video? It'll give you a little bit easier description here. The heck did it go? I must have overlooked it. Hold on. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'll have to. I forgot. I have to manually change it back from private now that the appeal is done. I'll do that. I'll do that as soon as I get off of here. I can't do it while I'm on this account. No paperwork. Okay, so now you're making more sense. The feds tell the banks tell the merchants. That makes sense. Did you get told in writing? That would be something useful. If the bank told you that the Federal Reserve contacted them in writing, we could definitely use that in this movement. Bill, I'll put that video up. I'll change it back to public now that I can. It's using Amazon. It's titled like Amazon and Telecheck. Yeah, I'm gonna actually be ending the stream so I can get a couple of those things done and then be able to be up in case Randy calls first thing in the morning. The step-by-step Steemit link. Let's see. Problem is though, is that with the Steemit, I don't understand it. It's like they got a whole bunch of views and nobody thumbed them up. It's kind of really surprised by that. They're all the same videos, mostly that were on YouTube. There's a step-by-step. Hey, you know what, Drew? You know what scares me even more is the fact that that channel. Remember how I told you guys, what was it, like a week ago, that we hit 1 million views in 28 days. Well, guess what? Uh, that number has obviously changed. So in the last 28 days, we're almost at 1.4 million views in 28 days. In the last 28 days. So we're reaching a lot of people. I'm definitely staying on BIS. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've always been a prepper, Sherry. And G-Rez is a troll. Bye-bye, G-Rez. We don't let rats in here. Yeah, I got the MREs like a couple years back. They've got a really good shelf life on them too. after we had what was it, Hurricane Sandy? Was it Sandy? We had one that came through where I'm at and really messed everything up bad. Um, we didn't have power or anything like that for like a week or two. So it's, and I already had, like, you know, stockpiled ammo and stuff like that, but I really got into food and water. Not a problem. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream. I appreciate everybody coming over and supporting. If you guys haven't already given it a thumbs up, if you give it a thumbs up, help get this channel off on the right foot. This backup channel is going to be used for all of our live streams for the time being until that appeal goes through and that gets all squared away. I'm also going to start putting some certain videos up over here. You know, maybe I'll try to use this channel to originally I was going to cover different things on this channel. Like I have a video on here, the Mandela effect, that I had done. I was going to cover some other types of stuff, but I think maybe what I'll do is some of the more dangerous videos or whatever I'll put over here. I'm also looking into, I already have a couple other channels pre-made. I just didn't like actually make the groundwork on them. So I may make one, or, you know, turn one of those or two of those into burner channels to have like the real tough stuff on those. But if you guys like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe here so you don't miss any of the live streams when they go up. And then for those watching after the live stream has ended, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And most importantly, share this information, get it out. That way everybody knows that we have moved to this channel for the live streaming. Okay? Much love to you guys. God bless you. And I love every single one of you. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all the support. You guys are, you know, wonderful. I couldn't have asked for a better group, a better, you know, YouTube family to meet. You guys are just unbelievable. It's just great. So you guys should all be proud of yourselves. Much love.